All right, you want to find out how to create jobs? You find companies and industries that are growing. If they're growing, they're probably going to need more people. Pretty basic, right? So what are the best performing industries of the last 5 years? And what are the worst performing industries of the last 5 years? Sageworks recently compiling a list of just that. And joining us now from Raleigh, North Carolina is Brian Hamilton. He is CEO of Sageworks, a data mining company. Love the work. Brian, thanks for coming back on the program. Let's end on a good note. Let's end on a good note. So we're going to start on the down note, shall we? Can we walk through the worst sectors of the decade?
All right, Brian, that's an easy one, actually. If you're in wood or real estate, logging, forestry, anything around home production or building, over the last 10 years, you're probably sucking wind pretty badly, particularly the last couple of years. Keep in mind that we're looking at 10-year data, Brian, but really the last 2 years has dragged down those industries horribly, as you can imagine.
Is that because logging surprises me a bit? Yeah, housing, as you said, is sucking wind now, but it was hot this decade, or in the last 10 years anyway. So is the data skewed to the last couple of years more severely, or has it sucked wind for 10 years?
Well, perfect. We got hit by a meteor, right? In the last 2 years, everything's gone down so much that it really wiped out the gains in the earlier part of the decade. It's an excellent point. But look at those industries, logging, real estate brokerages, anything around residential building. It's been so bad, Brian, over the last 18 months to 2 years that it's really just dragged down the whole decade. It's a mess.
Is there any indication that residential or commercial construction or logging is getting any better?
No. I mean, honestly, no. It's very interesting to us, Brian. I think that those industries will be the last to recover. I think retail is a lot more apt to recover quickly, but those are just a mess right now. It really is bad. And we don't see any uptick in that data, at least today.
All right. Let's get to some good news here. Let's walk through the best perform. Let's try to help people find some jobs. Let's walk through the best performing industries. Who's growing and where are going to be the jobs?
Okay, so there's some mega trends, and that's a slam dunk. If you're in technology services, you can look at some of the specific industries, but anything around technology, it's a mega trend. As a society, we keep consuming more and more technology services and products. So if you want a job and you want to land somewhere safe, get into technology. I.e., by the way, if you want to really do it well, be a programmer, because there's always great jobs in programming or technology development.
Yeah, that's a safe bet, although it's hard and you got to not like sunlight. What is specialty food What is specialty food manufacturing? Is that like putting the sour cream on a hard shell taco supreme? What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. Over the last couple of years, during this recession, we've seen that grocery stores have done pretty well. Generic businesses that provide need-to-have solutions or products or services have done fine. However, over the last 10 years, what you see is that if you have some type of niche, you alluded to sour cream, I don't know, maybe it's potato chips, it doesn't really matter, but if you've got a niche and you're doing something a little bit differently and you're providing a high value for a particular niche, you can charge more and you're probably doing pretty well. That's a bit of a surprise. Not as much, by the way, over the last 18 months. Really, the businesses that are doing well on that side are grocery stores and people providing stuff that you just need.
And unfortunately, I guess, more Americans are needing substance abuse counseling.
Right. And that's not just in New York, by the way. No,
or Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Or mental health, right, exactly. That's true. Actually, that actually breaks down neatly into some categories, Brian. If you're in the health sector, you're in health services, you are probably pretty safe. Over the last 10 years, those sectors have done fine. And as a matter of fact, there's particular components, health care around mental health facilities, or particular niches in there have done even better. And there's a specific reason, by the way, for that. Over the last 10 years, it's become acceptable for people to get those types of services. There's not as much of a stigma. So they're doing pretty well as well.
So if you're a nurse that can program and knows how to cook, you will find a job.
And who does not like lumber? That's right.
Yeah, will not climb a tree or use a chainsaw. And hopefully the chainsaw and the nursing don't go together. Brian Hamilton, CEO of Sageworks. Thank you very much. Great data. We'll see you soon, Brian.